Hey everybody, it's your girl Sherry, and welcome back to another episode of Alleged Actually Podcast. I am joined this evening by my Bravo Bestie, Joey. What's up, Joey?
Hello.
Hello. So, let me do my admin stuff, and then I got to ask you because we're talking tonight, Real Housewives of Orange County and a splash of Miami. We have opinions, so y'all want to stick out with us and let's chat it out. But before we do, if you're new here, welcome. Over here, we do reality TV recaps and pop culture segments. If you have been over a few times and you like what we do, we ask that you please subscribe, give us the thumbs up, share with friends and family, and hit that notification bell so you'll be the first to know when we drop this good content. And always, always, always comment. We like to chat with you, so please weigh in the comments so we can chat about it. All right, Joey. So I gotta know, what are your thoughts? Real Housewives of Orange County, Real Housewives of Miami, because I know how I'm feeling.
I'm just like so annoyed by both shows. Like honestly, like both shows really just have found a way to have just castfuls of like unlikable humans in the best way.
Yeah.
But like there's no one. I mean, honestly, like Orange County, the only person I really like is Jen.
Yeah.
And even she's annoying me.
She is this season. I'm holding
on.
Yeah,
let me tell you, Orange County, we got a cast full of liars as well as what we have, which I know that we'll like get into it, but that's all we got. It's a cast full of like liars.
Yes.
And then like Miami, like the only person I really like, I mean, I love Gertie, is like Alexia. I don't know what it is again. She's my Teresa from Miami. I just
very Teresa-like.
In my opinion, she can do no wrong. I am not blind to her downfalls, though. The same way I'm not blind to my love Teresa's.
Yes.
It doesn't change my opinion. I'm a fan.
That's cool.
But like, we need to go back to the drawing board, especially about Stephanie, which I know that like we'll like get into. But if that girl's not a one and done, I don't know if I could stomach watching another season of her.
She's got to go. She's got to go. But yes, we will get there. I am over her, completely over her for many reasons. But we're going to start out, guys, with Orange County. It was season 19, episode 7. It was called The Truth Will Not Set You Free. I don't think those ladies know what the truth actually even is.
Not a single one of them. Because I honestly believe that they're all lying.
I do too. So we open up after the heels of Tamra's alleged departure, which I knew that wasn't going to last.
Only be so lucky.
God, right? I remember when it actually came out while they were filming, and I was so excited. I was like, good. She'll go and she can like help Teddy, and they can do their 2 T's in a pod. And just get off my screen of Orange County. I don't think she can do it until she's either put on pause again or gets let go, which I give up. We'll see. But so Jen reacts with her saying, it's probably the best decision that she could have ever made, which I agree with. And then, oddly, they're at this point, they're getting ready to. Gina has planned the trip. And they're doing the gator boat thing, the gator boat tour. And that was
couldn't be me.
Me neither. That did not look like a fun thing to do at all. I mean, and we're talking about the ladies from Orange County. Y'all want to go? No, that was interesting. But Gina is trying. I mean, she is trying. She really is.
And for someone that probably hated that activity the most out of everyone, maybe Heather Dubrow. But she did it. She might have complained, but you know what? She would have been me on that boat, especially when she like snapped at Shannon because she was having so much anxiety, and I was like having anxiety like for her through like the screen because that's exactly how I would have been.
I would have been the same way. I don't do reptiles. I don't do bodies of water where you can see crocodiles close enough that they can snap at the boat you're in. No. But they find out like on the way over that Tamara's posted on Instagram saying she's needed to focus on her mental health. And, Gina has called it. Let me just say this. Last season, I was not a huge Gina fan. I was kind of off and on. This season, I'm still not a huge Gina fan, but I feel like Gina's at the point where she's getting sick of so many of the ladies and she's calling it out. I think she feels more empowered to speak up now. She feels more of an OG-ish status and she's not holding back. Listen, it was good to me. She was like, if you really needed to focus on your mental health right now, wouldn't you make that a priority and not be posting on Instagram? And I'm like, right. She's attention.
Yeah. That's all she ever does. Everything she does is for attention.
Absolutely.
And honestly, Gina slowly growing on me. I think she can still be a little bit of like a follower in like the sense of she does go off with like the mean girls, like whatever, but she does speak her mind. I was very impressed with her snapping at Tamara at that table for being rude and inappropriate. I'm very impressed by her kind of just like giving her opinion to everyone, regardless of like who it is.
I loved it. I love the way she got Shannon when Shannon arrives late. I mean, honestly, yeah, she really, even at the table when Emily and Heather were going at it, which we'll get to. I mean, I'm liking her finding her voice. I mean, and no lies have been told, at least in those instances.
Right.
So there's that. So then Heather Dubrow is kind of frustrated with Tamara, and she was like, "I can't believe how effing selfish it was for her to leave." And Gina lets them know that she has privately tried to get down to the bottom of the whole roofie allegation, which y'all, and I'll get your thoughts on that too, Joey. That whoever the reputable journalist is that Tamara mentioned, apparently that had verified Tamara's story about the blogger Kiki Monique, who's getting a lot of shine off of OC. I mean,
she sure is. Let me tell you, girl, get that fame.
I mean, I'm just like, okay, like who can I start a little rumor about or no, leak a little something on? I mean, really? But so apparently Gina had reached out to this reputable journalist that has verified that, in fact, Kiki was told that. And so she tells the ladies, of course, they act all shocked. My thoughts on Katie. I feel like, and we'll get through the recap, but I'm so disappointed in her too, because though I don't believe anything she really says either, because she can't really back her stuff up, what I think is, I feel like she has been in cahoots with some of them off screen. I think in cahoots with Gretchen for sure. Jen has had her part in it. And I feel like instead of, I've even saw people saying, I agree, I'd break the fourth wall before I'd let them all hang me out to dry looking crazy all season. And it's becoming apparent that that's their agenda. And she just kind of deflates and lets them have it. And
she does deflate. That's a good word.
Yeah. So it's like,
do you think we're ever going to get to the point where like Bravo now includes like talking to bloggers in like their contracts? Because think about it, right? Every single franchise we have, Salt Lake City,
yes,
all they do is talk about bloggers. New Jersey, all they do is talk about bloggers.
Yeah.
Now all we're doing on OC is talking about bloggers. Like, it's unreal. It has like taken over every franchise, and it's honestly
Beverly Hills,
like, really unenjoyable.
It's kind of, I know. I mean, even Beverly Hills had their moment with the guy at BravoCon that said something about Teddy, and Kyle was mad at Dorit for not standing up. It is always a part of their storyline. So they're gonna either have to put some restrictions there in contracts or include them in, because I mean, it's everywhere. And I mean, I get it. Like, most people get their Bravo news from bloggers. I mean, because I mean that's what we talk about. But I feel like it's getting kind of ridiculous. It really is getting ridiculous now. But
yeah, no one has storylines if it doesn't involve a blogger anymore. All of a sudden, it feels like.
I know. And my thing is, they're like, oh, you talk to these bloggers to hurt us. When in reality, Joey, we read this stuff, we listen to it, and how's it really hurting any of them? We know it's gossip news. It's like they're just taking it to a whole different level. And I'm not saying there are not instances where what some of them have said could have hurt their businesses or, but with this one, we saw the story on Tamara and Gretchen play out on our TV screens. So, just saying. All right, so we're at the Gator Boat tour, and of course, Shannon Storm's Fedora shows up quite late. Now, question to you on this, Chili. Okay.
Yeah.
Because we're jumping in this recap kind of late in the season, just like we're going to do with Miami, because we were finishing up the Valley. But what is your take on the fact that Shannon has so much vitriol for Katie? Where was it for Tamara? Where was it for?
It's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. Stupid. You can literally sit at a table and like be friends with Tamara Judge after everything Tamara's done. You could do a whole season. She didn't like it, but a whole season with Alexis Bellino and not give her half the smoke you're giving to Katie. Like, girl, come on. And again, we talked about it like last season. I was like, oh, I loved Shannon. Like, and normally I can't stand her. And she was like, blah, blah. And then like, we were like 10 minutes into this season. And I was like, that's the Shannon I remember. This is the reason I hate her.
Yep.
She's ridiculous.
She's ridiculous. She's unstable. She's ridiculous. She just overreacts. Just the whole thing. Even her little shtick with every time somebody comes to her hotel room, why is she the only one that's got her hair sticking up and she's walking all crazy? I mean, that's part of her thing. I think she feels like she has to do that for comic relief or what. Yeah. But it's all performative, and I'm so over it. Girl, you're not even interesting. And bringing all the men off of Love Hotel, I mean, girl.
We've seen almost the whole cast this season. We saw multiple guys in like one episode.
We did. So, hey, listen. She's using her resources because she's struggling here for a storyline. But at any rate, she gets there. She, explains that she's late, that she had a meltdown, panic attack. And ever since she's had her DUI, sometimes going places calls her that. But Gina is not here for it because she's like, girlfriend, my anxiety is at an all-time high. So I'm not going to baby you, and she's like, well, are you upset with me for being late? She was like, you shouldn't have been late. Yeah. But I don't have time for, your stuff. I have my own stuff. And I'm like, good on you.
Yeah, good on her is right. Because that would have been me 110% having a complete panic attack and just like lashing out like, girl, shut up. You're already late, which gives me anxiety anyway.
Right.
And now, like, I need a jacket. Does anyone have sunscreen? Shut up.
I know. It has to be so extra with her. And now, as much as everybody was upset with the host of Love Hotel, I believe that she did treat some of them poorly. And I do believe that she did obviously piss them off, I think for a reason. Because, it's still in there. She does have a very entitled, victim-y, all about me attitude, and I'm quite certain I'm sure it gets old, which we know it does.
You had time to sit there in the morning when Emily came in completely ready for like the day, and she was looking like she just rolled out of bed.
She did.
Like, then don't sit there and talk to Emily. Get ready. You have somewhere to be. Like, these women on these shows are so disrespectful of each other's time, and like that would send me over the edge.
That would definitely send me over an edge. They would find themselves left because I have been known to leave family members. I don't play that.
I have left my friend Kyra, the one in San Diego I go visit. She always knows when I'm like, I'm leaving. She is like right by my side because she knows because I have left her places before. I'll leave you again. Yeah.
I mean, that's me. My time is equally as precious as yours. And if that's what we're doing, no way. It's not going to be me. No. All right. Well, from there, we're going to go to the Oyster Bar Showdown. Now, what did you take of the stupid argument between Heather and Emily?
It's so ridiculous. I don't even care because I couldn't even focus on what they were saying because I was so focused on Gina choking for her life.
Poor baby.
And like, not only is she choking and on the brink of death in front of our very faces, but Heather is like literally staring right at her, could give a crap that she can't breathe.
Do not care.
She's like grabbing Emily. Emily can give a crap that her friend can't breathe. It was like one of those moments that like was just like not meant to be, but like such good TV in like a very bad way. Sorry, Gina, I know you were like on the brink of death. And her coming back and being like, if I die and the last thing I hear is Emily and Heather fighting, like it was just like one of those like little nothing scenes that just I thought was so incredible. Such incredible television.
So funny. It was so funny. It really was.
But they're ridiculous, Heather and Emily. Like, I can't believe that I ever used to like love Emily. She used to be like my favorite on like the show. I don't know what happened to her. She is like, I can't even stomach her. I think that she is so awful across the board.
Same.
And again, unpopular opinion, I'm a big Heather Dubrow fan. Not blind to her, faults, and she has a ton of them. And she's for some reason she does like she just like loves to support villains. But I like her.
I always was a Heather Dubrow fan until last season. I could not believe what I was watching because one thing that Heather generally does have, is a little bit more class than, your Tamara's or even your Emily's, who now has completely declassed herself right down to Tamara's level. It just, she would kind of laugh or whatever, but she kind of kept herself at a certain, standard, and, she played her part. And, well, I will say this. Now, I can stand Heather Dubrow's pretentiousness and her bragging a lot more than I can stand Stephanie, and we'll get to that. There are two different things. She's very, 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 very different things. And I don't know. I can't put maybe words to why. I can tolerate Heather all day. Stephanie.
But like, I feel like Heather knows she's pretentious, number one. She plays into it and she can laugh at herself. Like she knows she's ridiculous when everything is branded with HD on it. Like she's fully aware of who she is. She owns it. Take her as she is. She doesn't, I feel like she does a little bit, but she doesn't like down talk people like about like their wealth or whatever. Yeah, she made fun of the casita. But like she knows who she is and she owns it and can totally make fun of herself for how ridiculous she is. She knows it. She does it all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't feel there's any kind of couth with Stephanie whatsoever.
That's it. That's it. That's it. I just, she's so off-putting. Whereas in Heather, somehow that's part of her charm, if you will.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. All right. So poor Emily survives her nearly oyster that took her out of the game.
Oh, Gina.
I meant Gina. Yes, I'm so sorry. It's actually been a day. I'm on this live struggling for my life, but I am here for y'all. But once the moment passes, Gina steers the conversation to the unresolved, naked, wasted, roofie rumor that blew up the night before, and she announces to the group that she took the initiative to fact check Katie's story. And according to Gina, like she's told the group, she spoke directly with the journalist who was supposed to be reputable that she heard about, who had heard about Katie's lunch with blogger Kiki Monique.
Are reputable journalists writing about the Real Housewives?
I know. Sounds kind of like,
like an oxymoron. I don't know.
It is. That was what I was going to say. I was like, is that the right word, Terry?
Yeah.
Yes, I concur. So, and she's like, he confirms exactly what Tamara said. And she said that Kiki, Monique, and Katie went to lunch, and about 7 minutes into lunch, Katie brought up the story about that night and about the whole naked, wasted, roofie night. And Gina reports, relaying that the journalist's account that, and Heather interjects with an additional detail the reporter shared. Apparently, Gretchen even claimed she went to the hospital the next day because she felt so ill. And this was a different revelation. Katie Janela, who, we're still on the struggle bus to trying to figure out where she's at in the story. She was like, and this is her favorite line, it didn't happen. She was like, I'm just going to stand by that. So now, and let me just say this too. Two things about Gretchen. I kind of was glad they brought her back to drive Tamara crazy.
Mm-hmm.
However, number one, and y'all, this is me, but I'm going to say it. If somebody does not help that hair, Gretchen is not, she's actually a pretty woman, but and then that confessional look, I can't.
Oh, that confessional look. What was that outfit?
Oh, it was so bad. It's so bad. I mean, I'm just thinking nobody, because even Shannon, when she pulls her weaves together, they look good. It's like, why do you want that helmet looking hair? I don't.
Although, I will say her outfit was better than Emily's confessional look, where she looks like that WWE fighter, Chyna.
Chyna, yes. Why?
R.I.P. Chyna.
Already, yes.
Oh.
Good God. And she already struggles with the whole body image thing and all that. So, not... Because there have been certain shots, Emily, where it's like, okay, I could see, again, she looks good. And then there's certain shots that are just so unflattering. I'm like, girlfriend. But
yeah.
Anyway, after listening, Gretchen points out that this mysterious reporter never reached out to her for a comment, which, to me, that's a good point. Like,
well, he's not going to write about it, then he's not very reputable. And a reputable journalist would have contacted the person you're talking about.
Absolutely. So to me, it made zero sense. Like I said, it just seems, the whole thing seems so silly. But again, Gretchen wants proof before believing that Katie betrayed her, and sensing that Gina could possibly, her bombshell could pit her against her friend. Gretchen stands by Katie for now, but she says she's never done anything to me.
Which I love for Gretchen and for Katie, because again, this is what I do like. Again, like, nobody really likes Gretchen, but thrilled they brought her back. Someone has to come for Tamara. And the way that she got so angry, and she was like, you women, and you guys are a group of hypocrites. You guys sit here and befriend Tamara Judge, who has literally done something against every single person at that table. Mm-hmm. But they can't believe, how could you not go against Katie? Girls, shut up.
I know. It is so crazy. Like, it's legit.
Crazy.
It is insane. Crazy. It is insane.
But that's also because Gretchen knows that she's lying. Gretchen's lying.
Gretchen is. Yeah.
Because producers, man, they'll be shady, and they ran those tapes back.
They did.
Where she talks about going to the hospital.
She did. She was telling them in the car. So it's like, all right, girl, no, you look sketchy. Mm. And I really think, like I said, I think it happened to Katie last season too with Gina. I think Gina set her up to say the paparazzi story, and she set up her saying, nope, that's not how it went down. Gina, the comment. She just let her have it. And
I don't know what that's about.
I don't either.
I'll be honest. So I'll say it right now. Everyone's lying.
Oh, yeah.
Gretchen's lying because she absolutely, at that dinner with Jen and Ryan and Katie and her husband, whatever, she absolutely said that she went to the hospital. She absolutely said that they ran tests and found drugs in her system, whatever. Because we saw part of that, again, in the replay.
Yep.
I don't understand why Jen's lying to protect Gretchen, because I feel like her and Katie are very, very close.
Yeah.
So Jen playing stupid doesn't make any sense to me.
It doesn't.
Because you were at that dinner, you definitely heard it, and now you're lying about it. I don't really understand that.
I don't get it.
And Katie's lying because Katie definitely told Kiki Monique that story
at
lunch.
She did.
And she's lying and saying that she didn't do it. But where Katie's not lying is saying that that's the story that was told to me, which is absolutely the truth. That's my opinion, but I think that most people agree with me.
Absolutely. When we get to the end, her husband pretty much confirms it. So, and it's not people are like, okay, well, Matt's her husband. He's going to, not the way that the conversation went. It felt like.
And he very much downplayed that he was agreeing with her. He didn't make this big scene for television.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
So that's where it led me to believe, okay, now I see what's going on here. So again, Gretchen tells everybody, like you said, they're hypocrites. Tamara's done something to everybody at this table. And the other women aren't convinced by Katie's innocence. Jen suggests a simple solution to get Kiki Monique on the phone right now to clear this up. And Jen, that was throwing her in the bus because, yeah. Of course, after that, they keep pressing her to call or text the blogger in front of them. And Katie looks all flustered, of course. And she claims she's already texted Kiki privately to ask if they could speak on camera about this. Conveniently, Kiki never got back to her. But she also argues that she doubts Kiki would want to discuss the matter at all. And the group, looks at each other like, mm-hmm. In fact, during the car ride back after dinner, Katie nervously suggests that if she did reach out, the blogger would only save herself, hinting that Kiki might lie. Woo. And so at this point, everybody's, of course, still not believing her. By the end of the Oyster Bar showdown, even Gretchen, who's Katie's supposedly closest ally, has an uneasy look. And so the seed of doubt is planning on who's lying, Katie or Tamara. But we both have our theory here.
Mm-hmm.
So then we will, as much as you want to, we'll go into Tamara's breakdown and therapy session.
Honestly, talk about a scene that should have hit the cutting room floor. No one cares.
No.
And to be honest, did you even see the face of her therapist? I felt like her therapist didn't even care. First of all, don't tell me that therapist does not know who Tamara Judge is.
Of course she does. Oh yeah.
And all you have to do is type into Google her name, and no one has a kind word to say about her. She's an awful human being. So why are you going to therapy and playing this victim card? I don't even think that your therapist feels any sympathy for you because she's an awful human being.
Awful human being. She still keeps leaning into, well, my daughter's not speaking to me. My best friend, has brain cancer. And did you see even the snarky Instagram post where she said, I guess in order to get some empathy from this group, I'd have to get a DUI. And Gretchen shot back at her saying,
it wasn't the DUI. It was how Shannon handled it, first of all.
Right.
She took accountability, a word that Tamara Judge has no idea what it means.
Exactly.
And it's this is a group of forgiving women. Look at all the things over 19 seasons that they've come through. You can't keep being the villain and then playing the victim. And it's
that part
so contrived. Everything that Tamara Judge she does is behind the scenes. She's very vindictive. It's just there is no coming back because you never take accountability for everything. If we believed everything that Tamara said, it's that she is this upper level, Miss Innocent, never lies, perfect human being. And we know that is the farthest thing from the truth.
Yeah. My thing is, I thought, that it was, I'm sure, quite redeeming for Shannon. And to me, this was not episode 7, the episode before, when Tamara's at the table, when Gretchen doesn't believe the Katie story and she gets mad and storms back in before the actual end that starts this episode. The fact that, she admitted that she had drank and took Xanax because she was, depressed about Teddy or whatever. But now, had that been Shannon or Katie or someone that might have been going, she would have got on it and never let it go.
Never let it go. Oh, you're popping pills. Oh, you're a pill popper now.
It went on and on and on. So you know what? That was just a moment. That's immortalized on camera. You look crazy. I knew when she was sitting there and doing, I was like, oh God.
I knew exactly what that was. I knew she had taken the Xanax and was drinking.
Yeah, it just looked crazy. But, for all the shaming that she's done and the putting down and all that, you know what? So everybody has their day. You have to be careful. That's all I'm going to say on that one.
Mm-hmm.
It looked crazy. Basically, all I'm going to say is, she talked about her dealing with the depression of Teddy's, her Teddy Mellencamp's diagnosis and how hard it was on her. And
how hard it was on her. Like, get out of here. You know what it is? Like, there's always an excuse, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's never like oh, you know what? That's like I was having a really bad day. I'm so sorry. Like, nothing. There's just always an excuse for her bad behavior.
Always her excuse. And I feel like, and not to minimize, because I know that they work together and they're close, but I feel like she's going to pull it out of her pocket every time she's confronted this season, every single time. So there's that. All right, then Heather and Tamara get a chance to clear up their issues, because before she left, she kind of sent like some very ugly texts to the ladies that were reaching out to her, Heather Dubrow being one. And they sit down for a one-on-one meeting. Basically, let's see. Yep.
I'll be honest, for a hot second, I was like, yes, Heather, go after her. Because, like, Heather's not afraid to say anything to Tamara.
Oh, no, she's not. She's not.
But then, in true Tamara and Heather fashion, Tamara's like, but I'm the victim, blah, 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 blah. And then Heather's like, but you can always talk to me, I'm here. No, Heather, you were on your way to being the only cast member to hold her accountable for her actions. And then when you were almost there, and I was like, yes, Heather. No, you ruined it. Like, you do every single time, and you just accept her bull crap.
Yeah.
And again, you enable this bad behavior.
Big time. Big time. Big time. So, yeah, I was wanting to see her hold her a little bit more accountable. She did not. She also explained to Heather about hearing the news she told Heather what her situation was, because she didn't understand it, that she had drank or whatever and took the Xanax. And then Tamara calls out on a car ride after the voodoo shop argument. She directly asked Gretchen if she had said anything to Katie about going to the hospital after the infamous party. In the flashback, Gretchen hesitantly admitted, I mean, I did the next day. Yes, I went to the hospital. And that does confirm that Tamara said she had felt drugged enough to seek medical. And so Tamara explains to Heather that hearing this shocked her, especially since in Gretchen's confessional interview, Gretchen contradicted herself and claimed she never actually went to any hospital. And Tamara claims that's why she spiraled and fled the trip. But
no one cares. Goodbye.
I know
the whole trip is better without you.
I agree, but she was frustrated because she thought she had her, and nope, no. So as Tamara lets her know she felt unsupported and alone, Heather was like, look, after she got home, she said she felt that no one cared. She tells Heather she felt utterly alone in the dark moment, and Heather's like, well, what am I? I mean, she's like, Tamara, that she was worried. She tried to be there for her. She reached out right after Tamara left, and she attempted to FaceTime her that night, and Tamara counters and says she never saw the call. Heather was like, nope, you did answer the FaceTime call briefly, and then hung up mid-call, and then she didn't respond to Heather anymore. And Tamara's like, well, at this point, they make up because she's saying, I just really need somebody to be there. And she's like, I'll always be there for you. And so, unfortunately, they move along. So, I mean, that's my take on it, because I just didn't care. If you do, though, slide in the comments and let us know. I mean, if you thought it was a heartfelt moment or you got something out of it, please, by all means, talk about it. But yeah.
No, the best thing about that scene was the hot waiter.
Oh, was he not? Because I was thinking the whole time, and then when they met,
was I, and I'm so happy that they brought it up, because I was like, are they really going to sit here and not talk about this waiter?
I know, because I noticed. I was like, good gracious. Yes, they did bring that up. He was indeed hot. So now we go on and talk about Katie talking to her husband, Matt. She's letting him know how things went. And Katie asked Matt to recall the details of that past dinner they had with Gretchen and Slade and Jen and Ryan. It was a triple date at Mastro's Steakhouse, where Gretchen had first shared her feelings about the old, naked, wasted night. Matt pretty much validates Katie's memory. Yeah, you didn't make it up. And he says, confirming that Slade did bring up the incident and that Katie isn't imagining Gretchen's comments. So Katie speaks directly to the Bravo cameras in a confessional, and she says that Gretchen had the opportunity to tell the truth when all this resurfaced. And in Katie's opportunity to tell the truth, and in Katie's view, Gretchen absolutely believes Tamara drugged her. And she felt sick, she said, when she went to the hospital, and she said they did a toxicology report and found drugs in her system. Katie claims Gretchen's dramatic story from the past is what she said, and she's been denying telling the blogger anything, but she hasn't outright denied that Gretchen has said these things. So, though she doesn't want to admit she told Kiki, we believe she does, but what she does admit is Gretchen did in fact tell that story. So, if Gretchen tells her the story, then it's very likely because, where would she get it?
Right.
So.
Right. But that's the problem. She can't, because it's going to make it seem like she made the story up because Gretchen won't admit the truth. And for some reason, Jen is backing Gretchen instead of Katie and oh, well, I never heard that. Girl, yes, you did if you were at that dinner.
Yes, you did. And that's a shame.
And everyone's just piling on Katie, and Katie will never be able to win. So
I know. So, she was on Watch What Happens Live, and you can certainly tell that she's bitter. She's saying that some things are going to come out in season. Hopefully, we'll see. But at this point, she alludes to the fact that even her and Jen are not friends now. So, which wouldn't surprise me after this.
Yeah, exactly.
But, here's the thing. She was like literally thrown a bone and she didn't take it when the producer was like asking her, okay, tell us what really happened. And she does say, well, on the night of the night that they had the New Orleans thing and she called him, Slate called Matt from Orange County, according to Katie, and he told Matt to instruct Katie to stick to a lie. And to tell Katie to say that Gretchen never said it. So, in other words, they were scrambling to cover their tracks, which, again, I don't know why. At this point, we all understand that Gretchen and Tamara are not friends and that she was brought on the show to take her down. So the fact that they're tiptoeing around it, to me, makes no sense. But maybe it'll come out later in the scenes or later in the season as to why. Let's see. And then we go to the girls' night out with Gretchen, Emily, and Jen. And that's when I was so disappointed in Jen. I really was. So they met up for a casual night at a local bar, shooting some pool, talking about the drama. Over drinks, Gretchen defends Katie to an extent, but cracks in her confidence. In the confessional, Gretchen recounts the originality. Originally, Katie had no hesitation about getting Kiki Monique on the phone and sorting out the misunderstanding because they show her back saying, I have no problem calling Kiki and addressing it. But Katie told reassured Gretchen at first she would, but then Gretchen reflected on Katie's actual behavior and she's talking about, the inconsistencies. At the oyster dinner, Katie claimed she texted Katie and got no response. Then later that same night, she hinted that contacting Kiki would just prompt the blogger to lie. So it's making her question. And she was like, why would Katie offer to call the influence and then suddenly not do it? But she should know. And then Emily chimes in and she warns Gretchen and Jen that it may be naive, but to believe anything Katie says at this point. And here's another thing that really makes me mad about Emily. Emily said what she said about Heather, and her boys repeated what they heard. So that's another one. We started the season off with that. And let's be clear. Those boys overheard her talking about Heather, the way that she was feeling with Heather and the body shaming thing, or she had took it as body shaming, the fashion show and different things.
Oh, speaking of body shaming. So like last season, huge to do, Emily obviously feels the type of way about her body, whatever, even though I think she looks great. But do you notice she keeps perpetuating this? Because when they got in the car, I don't know if they were going were they going on like that crocodile thing? I don't even know. Whatever they were doing. And she was like, oh yeah, Heather, like you in the back, like big girls in the front. Girl, don't be joking around with Heather like that and then get mad at her because she gave you like an outfit or something. You know what I mean? Like the whole thing was ridiculous. And all Heather does, I'm sorry, is gas up Emily. And like, there's just no reason, but then you're going to get in the car and be like, oh yeah, skinny bitches in the back, big girls in the front. Like, girl.
She does it all the time. She does it by making those kind of statements, by making sure she's eating something obnoxiously like a sandwich or she makes, I guess she's trying to get ahead of it, but that is her perpetuating her own feelings about herself. I mean, they wouldn't have to say a word. She makes fun of herself. She calls herself the big girl. She's constantly shoving food in her mouth when I don't even think she wants it. It's just, I don't know if she's playing to the camera or what, but then in the same breath, if somebody says anything to her or makes her feel, she's in tears. And so which is it?
It's really bizarre.
It's very bizarre. But at any rate, y'all, pretty much at this point, the episode really ends with the three of them kind of talking back through things. My thoughts is it's going to come out that they were all had their part in this lie. I just hope that Katie does not continue this whole season, which it kind of looks like it, where she continues to let them gang up on her and make her out to be this lecherous takedown assassin on all of them, as far as, talking to vloggers and Shannon's stupid thing about her recording her, that is illegal. But now I did love when Gretchen said, well, I'm friends with you and a DUI is illegal. I was like, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yep. Say it like it is, Gretchen. Say it like it is.
And it really was. So real quick, Joey, I just want to get your thoughts on the Real Housewives of Miami. We're on season 7, episode 12. It was
wow, already episode 12?
Yeah. They've already taped the reunion.
What? Yeah. See, this is my issue. First of all, I feel like people sleep on Miami, and I don't understand why. I feel like when it went away, people just wrote it off, and then when it came back, their first season back was not great. So anyone that tried to give it a chance, I can get why they were like, no, not into it. But if they stuck with it, Miami is so good.
It has.
They bring looks like no other franchise.
They do.
They bring drama like no other franchise. I feel like I sound like a broken record. I love though when they come together and they kumbaya with each other, which they do so well. This season, though, is just honestly a little bit insufferable for me, mainly all due to the new housewife, Stephanie. I think she is one of the most obnoxious housewives I might have ever seen across any franchise. Yeah. It's not what we're looking for. I think Bravo keeps hearing, we're guilty of it too, right? We want opulence. We want wealth. Right. We want this. Right. We want that. We want the other thing. I talk about how Lisa Vanderpump, set the ground for how it should be.
She did.
What we didn't ask for was this pretentious, rude, classless, mannerless, just an abomination of a human who, first of all, because I love how the blogs go after, especially when you're a newbie. God bless a newbie.
Uh-huh.
And the story is allegedly that she was her husband's assistant or something. And then she's telling us that she met him at a basketball game. No, you're lying, allegedly. Mm-hmm. I just the way that she talks about money and the way she talks about her planes and her businesses, her husband's businesses.
Right.
It's gross. It's not what we were looking for.
No.
And the fact that you replaced our goddess, Dr. Nicole, with this crapshoot of a human being.
Agreed.
What a downgrade.
I agree. 1,000%. That is so disrespectful of them to even attempt. In the beginning, I tried, but I mean, I don't think she lacks social cues. Like, for instance, when she tried to insert herself in the thing with Todd, you're too new, baby. You
You
don't
don't
get to
even
have an
know
opinion.
Todd.
Right. You don't get to have an opinion. Okay. So when Alexia ate you up, okay, that's what you get. That's what you get. I mean, and they went back and forth a little bit, but I'm telling you, she is not landing well. I don't find her likable at all. She attaches herself to Larsa, which is not going to bode well for her either.
But and vice versa. It's like really, really awkward to watch how lodged in Stephanie's rear ends like Larsa is. I don't understand it at all.
I don't either.
Stephanie stands up at the dinner table, Larsa stands up. Stephanie runs this way, Larsa goes that way. Like, it's the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
It's so weird. It's so weird. Yes, that was an epic fail, in my opinion, of a cast. Let's talk about feuds. We got, of course, Lisa and Larsa. I am over that. Though I will say, I don't know if I'm over it because Lisa's always, last season, rightfully so, because her whole life was changing before her eyes, and that was an awful way for a marriage to end. But she's going to have to find a new storyline. It is getting old.
Well, now it has to be done, right? Because we signed papers. So hopefully... I was also really disappointed, though, in like those women, because that was a real life moment. That was a huge stress on Lisa. Imagine like you are overseas at dinner and you get something. You have an hour to sign this, and it's about like your like divorce and like your children, and no one gave a crap besides like Adriana and Gertie. Like awful look for all of them. And most of them have been through divorces. How dare them?
I agree. The only thing I will say is Lisa does not do herself any favors. The whole thing when she showed up late, and there was absolutely no like, y'all, I'm so sorry. I just never. And so, I could get them being over her a bit.
Or does that make her a realist? Because you know what? She's really not sorry. So she's not going to say something she doesn't believe.
That is true. Also, I don't know if you've noticed, but I see a very big, in my opinion, dynamic shift between her and Jody. Like last season, I felt like he was the poor sounding board. He listened to her. She went on and on about Lenny, on and on about the divorce. He was a good listener and all that, but he seemed a lot more subdued. Whereas it now seems like the dynamic has shifted, and he's kind of got his hands in I won't say controlling Lisa, but
this is where I think Larsa is in her awful, inhumane way, trying to actually like look out for Lisa.
Yeah.
Larsa, I think, is seeing signs of things that maybe she like dealt with in like the past. And I hate to give like Larsa any praise because her delivery is the worst of any human being I've met in my entire life. But I do think that there is some truth and like good behind what she's trying to get across, because it is very weird. And I will also say, like, Jody texting Larsa, I don't care what the text said. Lisa read it to us, but again, if Lisa's the one reading it, do I really believe she's reading the actual thing and leaving out parts? Who knows? Why are you texting Larsa? It has, I would never text someone else's other like that. Like that's really
so
weird.
It is weird.
It is inappropriate.
It is very inappropriate. And so, there's something about him now that's emerging. I'm thinking, and then there's something different about her this season. I'm still trying to put my finger on it. I know she's stressed, and I know that she's, really upset about, lack of support, and Larsa has hurt her feelings. The whole unfollowing Marcus, I got that too. Look, she was saying, that she can't control what her boyfriend does, but she kept following him too. If it was my friend, it's very, very petty. But if I ask you to unfollow somebody, just unfollow them. I would, but.
So would I. I didn't understand what the whole thing was about. It's your friend's ex. She's asking you as her friend, why you still unfollow him? Who cares who you follow on social media?
Right. But she seemed to think, and Larsa made it about, oh, you're a social climber because you just want to still be, in touch with Marcus Jordan.
Let me tell you, Lisa ate that up though, because Larsa calling someone a social climber
I know,
is
right?
the hypocrisy, the joke of like the century, like hypocritical. It's like the 10th degree.
Yep.
I mean, my gosh. She was so lodged in the Kardashian household that she's like trying to like morph herself into one, by the way.
Literally.
Everything from like the tone of her voice to like the way her face like looks.
Yes.
I mean, come on, girl. Come on.
Agreed. That was rich coming from her. But yeah, I got, like I said, with them, we'll see how that plays out. We also have the Gertie and Julia, though they've tried to make up and make strides. I'm very disappointed in the group of women for not really holding Julia accountable for what she did.
Because she's an ass kisser this season. So they're not going to go against, one of their own.
Big time. And then the new thing is now Gertie has unfollowed Kiki. Then Kiki has unfollowed her. And that's largely to do with Kiki did an interview with Carlos King. Her excuse for it made zero sense, saying that she spoke Creole to her and that's when she got upset, which makes no sense. Gertie has said she's doing a interview tour to get ahead of, because some things come out in the reunion, and apparently those ladies, or Gertie tears her up. And I'm sure part of it is for her lack of support. I mean, Gertie has been nothing but supportive. And what I didn't know is Gertie is actually who initially bought her on that show. So
I don't know if I realized that either.
She said that in the interview. The very first appearance that Kiki made on the show, Gertie invited her to her birthday party. And then later she was asked to come and test to be friend of. So there's that. I mean, she just really tried to hype her up, saying, look, another Haitian queen. I'd love to have you on the show with me. And then it's like, I guess Kiki likes to play the back and get along with everybody, which she made that comment. But, when you're wrong, you're wrong. It's what's wrong with speaking up. And she was like, because the water got on her too. And it really, the whole interview pissed a lot of people off, because Carlos is like, well, what did you do when the water was thrown in the direction of Gertie? The water was not thrown in the direction. She meant to throw that water on Gertie. That was assault. So it's like, don't downplay it because it's Julia or because Kiki didn't say anything.
It was assault by definition. And for some reason, you women in like your tiny brains think that posting text messages to vindicate yourself is worse than assaulting somebody.
I really feel bad. And I don't even know that outside of last season, Julia and, Larsa didn't give Gertie the support that I thought that she should have. She made the stupid comment last season about her drinking and having cancer. Lisa was so self-absorbed. As a whole, I don't think the group supported her in her cancer fight either. So I really feel for Gertie. Gertie is Gertie 2.0 now. So she's speaking out and she's, she don't care.
Ooh, but she sure don't.
No. So they say, which Kiki said in the interview, and Gertie has alluded to it also on social media, that this reunion is going to be epic, but they all say that. So
I know. I'm so tired of that. Like,
right. That it's going to be better than the whole season. We shall see. Any thoughts? Let's see. On Alexa and Todd.
We don't care. I want her to stop talking about Todd.
I know.
Like, we don't like him. He's not good for television. He's not good for you or your kids. If you're in love with him, I'm very happy for you. Girl, live your best life. Stop talking about him.
That's it. If you like it, we love it, child. That is for sure. So, I mean, those are my thoughts at this point. Next week,
what was your thought on like the last dinner though, with like Adriana and Kiki going at it? Like Adriana, I'll tell you something like right now. Adriana, when they're like, oh, she said the wrong word. No, she did not. No, Adriana, don't play dumb with me. You knew exactly what you were saying. You knew exactly why you were saying it, and you said it to the wrong one. Did she forget what happened on that gondola last season between Lisa and Kiki. Like, come on, girl.
Yeah, no, that ratchet comment. Yeah, I was surprised at Adriana, but I think she was frustrated. But look, that is the wrong thing. And you knew the word, honey. She is very well spoken. She speaks several languages and she knows, she knew exactly what she was saying.
And then she couldn't get over it like herself, because here we are in a rare moment where Lisa is going to take some accountability and apologize, and Adriana just yells right over her, and the whole dinner's ruined.
I know. I know. But that is very on brand for Miami. I mean, that's why a lot of the times when I do get a chance to watch reunions, they're so hard because everybody's screaming, everybody wants to be heard. I mean, it's worse than Salt Lake City. Which, by the way, I'm excited for them, and they air September 16th?
The 16th. I'm so excited. It's like 2 weeks away. I'm so excited.
I know. So that's why I'm saying I don't know how this season was so fast, because I watched all the episodes, but yeah, they're saying they take the reunion on August the 8th. So,
and with August the 8th, wow, so Miami's wrapping up like real soon then.
Like this is their cast trip. Like they're saying, like once they get back, they're giving 15 episodes, so 3 more. After this.
What even happened this season? Nothing. That's my point. But you know what? Nothing. But I didn't hate it.
I didn't hate it. Nope, I didn't hate it. I mean, look, I know Larsa is not a good person, but sometimes, and Joey, I am not gonna laugh. When they were there and Marisol and Alexa, they were having the singer,
oh my gosh, at dinner they were being serenaded.
Listen, as much as I would hope I'd have the decorum and the class to sit there, there is no way. Larsa and Audrey, I would have been dying laughing.
Larsa was all of us, because I was laughing on my couch. And this is where I mean, like, Larsa is like one of like the top villains of all time for me.
She is.
But she has a purpose on the show. Like, you've never heard me be like, get Larsa off our screens. I've never said that. Whereas, like, I would love for them to get Tamara off our screens. I would love for them to get Margaret Josephs off my screen.
Yeah.
But I've never said that about Melissa Gorga either.
No, you didn't.
And Larsa, get Heather Gay off my screen. But Larsa has her place on the show. She really does.
She says the most craziest, shadiest. I mean, there are times when, like I said, she does make me laugh. I mean,
she's like a fun, like, delusional.
She is. She really is. She is. And she don't care. So here's that. So I don't know. So you guys slide in the comments and let us know what your thoughts are on Real Housewives of Orange County and Real Housewives of Miami. Are you enjoying the seasons? You know, what are your thoughts on over at Orange County on Naked Wasted Gate, Kiki Monique Gate? Who do you think is telling the truth, or do you kind of agree with me and Joey's theory? Miami, who you got? Are there
any Stephanie fans out there?
Oh, that too. Anybody feeling Stephanie this season? If so, please slide in the comments and let us know, because I'd like to know why. I mean, outside of her private jet, I mean, I don't see anything. Yeah.
No.
So, but yeah, that's all I got. Joey, any final words?
No, that's all I got. It's just kicking along. I think people are still sleeping on McBee Dynasty, which I really think is like the best show on Bravo, like right now.
So good.
They bring reality TV back to what it like used to be, where like they're not playing anything out for the cameras. This is their real life. It is very dramatic, but not in like a toxic way.
No.
Tonight is the Love Island reunion, which I honestly wish I was more excited for. I'm really like not excited. I just feel like, what's it gonna bring? Nothing.
I think
these were a bunch of people that went on a TV show for clout, not love. I really don't care what they have to say, but I'm gonna watch it anyway.
Me too. And I mean, I think that the fans have gone so crazy with, I mean, the social media, they've all interviewed themselves like all over the place. It's like, how much more are we really gonna get? I mean,
the fact that they're allowed to come off the show and get on podcasts like within like days, really ruins the anticipation of having a reunion.
That's my point. I'm like, we prayed for all of them. We basically know where they stand for the most part. And a lot of them got really candid. So it's like, what else are we going to get at the reunion?
And out of the final 4, 3 are already no longer couples. So, I mean, like, what are we even doing here?
That's what I'm saying. They let too much out of the bag too fast. But again, I've watched 30 some odd episodes. I can squeak out one more.
I know, that's true. Same. But what I'm really mad about is that the UK didn't get a reunion. And the UK blew USA out of the water.
I know you said that, and I have still not finished it, but I got to go back and finish that one. That's a bender. Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go back and check that one out. Because you were right about McB Dynasty, y'all. That is so good.
It's
so good.
The best show on Bravo right now, and I feel like it's not getting the love or respect it deserves.
Not yet. It's extremely underrated. But I tell you one thing, and I believe they'll get another season. If not, they would be crazy not to. But once they pick up momentum, I mean, that's a real family with real issues, with real drama.
Yeah.
None of them are acting, honey. That is real deal. It is good stuff, too. So, I'm just saying, if you haven't watched it, you need to go check it out. It's so good. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm going to say good night, and you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. Please come back next Monday. We'll be doing the same. We'll be right here talking OC and Miami. So, come on back. All right.
Bye.
Bye.